Greetings everyone, and Great here with another Relic 3 replay. Spawn on the bottom left side as the green allies, we have GreenAlert. Spawn on the right side as the magenta Soviets, we have Darknagethebest. Of course, we got a barracks being deployed on out, as well as a reactor. Over here, we do have a boot camp deploying out some dogs. Now we got multiple dogs being deployed on the field. 4 dogs. 5 dogs. 6 dogs. 7 dogs? How many dogs are there? You got a single bear to engage a lot of these dogs. He may get one, but he can't get all of them. And he doesn't even get one. Soviet engineer, where is he at? There's actually no Soviet engineer. Oh, he does escape out to the high ground. That's probably a safe spot for him. The dogs start advancing on him. He has his hand revolver to shoot the dogs. Good bark there, and does get the roar there to save the bear. Does get the kill there. Kill in return, and does get a good bark there. And got a lot of dogs streaming on forward, and oh, massive overkill of the bark there. Now the does get some good roars there, stopping all those dogs. That mass bark was a big problem. Big blunder deployed off by Green. Now it is somewhat clear to go to that oil derrick. Maybe a good idea to push forward the bears to support that engineer. Because now there's some more dogs pushing forward. We do now have these column skirmishes advancing forward as well. Maybe getting inside this garrison would be good. He is pushing forward with an engineer to claim this oil derrick. And his bear does get roared on, but doesn't get killed off. Got the conscripts haven't spotted. They try and get inside this garrison. Got 2 bears here. This dog's bark maybe on cooldown. Okay, that's definitely a roar range. That actually is a free kill. And he ran in front of the bear, so the auto attack actually got him. Good bark there. The veterancy on the bear did not save him. The comm engineers over here. And now we do have the MCV here. They could try crushing the dogs or getting on top of the expansion point. Any boot camp or barracks. Conscript here does get a volley onto that dog. A stingray is now being pulled out of the field. Interesting. He's really having trouble with these dogs, isn't he? And now I do got an airfield being pulled out with a Vindicator and Crowdcopter advancing. He's not going to get that expansion, is he? There's a lot of good boys there. It's a dog park. You now have these bullfrogs pushing forward. Crowdcopter making his way back up north. Dog up here as well, and now the crowdcopter is trying to freeze down the oil derrick. There's a conscript now on the high ground. I'm not sure what that's supposed to do. Now you got a super reactor here as well. Vindicator and crowdcopter pushing forward. He has some bullfrogs out in the field, not sure where they are, and does get to clear out the garrison there. Went a bit too close though. War Collector may go down. Bullfrog's trying to come back to save his buddy. And does not save his buddy. Does cancel the super reactor there. Maybe he's trying to get the income so he can deploy out another War Collector. The engineer has claimed this oil derrick. I'm not sure how long it takes. It has been captured and how much longer it needs to take before it turns a profit. Something got loaded from one of these bullfrogs there. Dogs are running on by. The oil derrick is almost frozen. And ooh! Didn't freeze it for long enough and got unfrozen before the bombs landed. Do not have a flak tower being deployed on another field. Oil derrick now trying to be frozen once again. Vindicator maybe on its way. But the oil derrick does not get frozen down. Conscripts are gunning down these dogs. One dog does escape. Nope. Does get gunned down as well. Does not stop the expansion either. Bullfrog's getting some good damage there. Does destroy the shrunken one. And now the Crowdcopter does escape to the high ground to stay alive. He needs to fall back into repairs. And a combat engineer has been shot over the cliffside in order to get there. There's also now a conscript here as well. I wonder if that's a fresh conscript. Do we got some more multi-gunner IVs not being deployed on out? I know there was a Stingray that was deployed out earlier. I'm not sure where it's at. Bullfrogs, of course, will have trouble engaging these multi-gunner IVs. Some more wall signals going up. He does not have enough credits to get the wall signals really up and going. And now this prospector's seeing or collector now seeing some fire. We do have a terror drone and a bunch of bullfrogs here. That's not going to accomplish all too much. Single hammer takes now push way forward as well. Got crowd bush shot being put on as well. That's selecting one that is a frozen ore collector. Hammer take now advance forward as well. And does not get the kill there on the terror drone either. Does get this one snared. This one's not being moved around. Let's take out that one. This one's now being snared as well. Flak tower receiving some damage. You have now these Vindigators pushing forward, trying to get a bombing run. And it looks like you got another expansion being frozen down. Let's take out the Tesla Coil there. Got some bullfrogs retaliating. The ore collector also goes down as well. Got conscripts on all these high ground. And the MCV has packed on up. And does get a snare there. Not the infect at the moment. And does go and leech him down. Does give him access to a flak weapon. Or some sort of cannon. I don't even know what type of cannon that even is. It looks like a flak cannon of some sort, but I don't think it actually does fire as flak like a bullfrog. Indicators push way forward. You got the airfield being sold off or canceled. Pressure crane does go down as well. MCV is still... I'm not sure where the MCV is at currently. There's the MCV, trying to make his way up the northern expansion. And the bullfrogs does get some damage there on the crowdcoppers, but looks like they all fall back in time. Shrunken bullfrogs are also moving around. Crowdcoppers and riptides now advancing out down to sea. Doesn't have anything to engage those riptides at the moment. Another crowd blast being flown field, trying to free sound this force. Does cancel the Coil there, and does go for another Tesla Coil as well. He does take out the ore refinery, as well as that shrunken bullfrog. Does get some good damage there. Does take out one of the crowdcopters. Riptides push way forward, gets a kill there on that Terror drone, and now got the Riptides engaging the hammer tanks. More hammer tanks push way forward. Of course, the Riptides can't crush the hammer tanks even if they're shrunken. Does go out themselves up with another machine gun. Does they got another one there as well. Got some dual wielding hammer tanks now. Looks like 2 of them are dual wielding, the other 2, no, 3 of them are dual wielding. Do that flak weapon. I don't even know what, still don't know what that weapon even does. MCV has been shrunken. Moving around, he needs to get these bullfrogs up north as soon as he can. Does get some good damage there. Conscripts here to spot. His order deck has gone down. This order deck has been reclaimed, and now MCV is pushing his way back up north. There's a single riptide up here, and now Vindicator's coming for a bombing run on something. Just throw your bombs at something. Can't really wait for that crowd orc to be frozen. There's too many bombs for that. does take out that ore collector now. Could throw the rest of his bombs onto one of these power plants. Bullfrog's not pushing forward. Does get the kill there now. But he's going to lose a number of this aircraft. Some of these quadcopters do escape on out of there. And it looks like some do fall back over here. And starting to leech down some of these housing to get some extra health on these forces. It does recapture this oil derrick as well. Magenda's now advancing forward for all of these hammer tanks. We may need to hit that airfield. We got a war factor up here, and we do have max clearance, and there is a Mirage tank there. Farmers come on in. He needs to start really focusing on single wall segments in order to start engaging the airfield. Motorgunner IV is now being pushed down south, and as well as a Mirage tank. You could potentially leech down the Mirage tank to get that prism cannon. And there we go. And there, this one of them has a prism cannon. This one right here, the veteran one. Got extra weapons here. Got some bullfrogs here. Needs to start hitting that airfield. Aircraft has evacuated up north. I just want to finish off this infrastructure. And let's get this one snared there. Do have satellites running on in as well. Or is it Desolator Strike? It was a Desolator Delta Airstrike. Or whatever the level 2 one's called. Trying to leech down this one here. This one does have the prism cannon. It's elite. It's still alive. And does get fully heroic there, but does lose it. Bullfrog's now backing down south. This infrastructure's still up and going. These ore refineries still have 13,000 credits remaining. And this Riptide's still gunning away against this flak tower. Bullfrog's just trying to run away. Now the MCV is going to be chilled once again. Trying to pull out a sentry gun here. MCV is receiving a lot of chilling effect now. And sentry gun will go on up. But it looks like there's not an angle to engage that Riptide. Bullfrogs do save the MCV. It seems to be moving a little bit slow and maybe chilled. And yet there's no angle for that sentry gun. Mirage tanks seeing quite a bit of damage there from the twin blade crowdcopter flying about. And some of the Vindicators receive a lot of flak fire as well. May go down to this flak tank cannon. A lot of that stuff is very wounded. I saw a bit of damage there. Another twin blade to pull on the field. It looks like these Mirage tanks will be cleaned on up. No hammer tank in the region to grab its gun. This one will get chilled and destroyed. So it's probably going to run straight in that flak tower. No, it does not. So this one could pick off some of these forces. Bullfrog's pushing way up north. He may just want to get this infected, or nope, just twin blades. Could force fire the ground to get the missiles reloaded. Now I've got both refineries up and going for a pair of defense structures, the flak tower and Tesla coil. And I do also have these Mirage tanks on advance on forward as well. He will get the ore collector. Does throw the rest of his bombs there. And the flak tower does find some more bursts, and the cargo copter is still somehow alive. Motor gunner turret now being deployed on out. Our drone will find a snare there, but will fall back. There's some conscripts inside this garrison. And the ore collector is still frozen, but safe for now. Bullfrog goes down. This expansion may go down as well. There's 2 Mirage tanks here. We've got a good number of twin blades here. They fire from the high ground as well. Gets a good missile volley there, but does see quite a bit of damage in return. Crowd getting another on the field. Does sell off that infrastructure there. Gotta keep that ore collector up there in case he does lose another one. And I got the twin blades advance forward. He knows his force. He's going to have to go on in. Let's get a snare there on the one of the multi-gunner IFVs. Let's use the Mirage field there to help keep these guys obscured and safe. He needs that anti-aircraft. Air drones pushing forward. Does get another snare there, but will go down to a prism cannon. You now have the reactor receiving some fire there. Another volley there. Taking out the multi-gunner IFVs. Let's take out one of the Mirage tanks as well. And now, looks like the force does get cleaned up. Does not take out the expansion. This one may be being crushed now. Some of these motor gunner IFVs are a little bit peacekeepers. That one does get snared. Twin blades are advancing forward. And does get one of them focused down quite quickly. Though one of the twin blades do go down in return. Got some bullfrogs here. And these forces start to make their advance. But it's not really a high threatening force. Indicator does go down now. Got big missiles hitting up these twin blades. Trying to fire some missiles in return. One of those go down. None of the twin blades go down as well. We saw some of these peacekeepers there. Trying to focus down some of these guys. Heroic one does go down. The Heroic twin blade's still up and going, so its health regen will keep it topped off in health. And the Crusher Crane's still back here as well. We now have a naval yard being plotted now. Green has expanded down into this bottom naval expansion. And most of these conscripts will be flushed out of this garrison now. Air drones trying to push their way forward, trying to get some infects, potentially. Now got the twin blades advancing forward as well. Gets a good damage there. These motor gunner IVs will go down. Got this next one being focused down as well. And that one does go down as well. Indicator's pushing away up north. There is a flak battery here, and there's also Riptide. Does take out that Tesla coil now. Got the crowd getting being put on the field. Now the Riptide safely advance forward. And which will get all... Oh, even gets the MCV. I think this was already partially chilled. Takes out that as well, so losing a lot of infrastructure right there, including the MCV. I didn't realize that MCV was already pretty close to being frozen. Maybe it was some sort of bug. A crowd getting shouldn't freeze the MCV like that. And if it was frozen pretty quickly as well. Does get the infect there. Does see some fire in return. There's a lot of motor gun IVs shooting up at them. Getting some good damage there. And does get saved there at the last moment. He ran away from the repair drone. Indicators are falling back. We got conscripts inside this garrison as well. Oh, it's a conscript. Conscript there does go down. And these peacekeepers go down quite easily. We got these javelin troops here, but they're not in garrison, so they will get quickly gunned down there. Large number of multi-gunner IFVs now on field. The Soviet player may want to get out some hammer tanks. That one will go down. Some bullfrogs go down as well. Is trying to find a bomber run. There are some now a fresh MCV as well as some hammer tanks. And does take out the expansion as well. Did not get that thing repaired up now, did he? Kurosawa's not pushing me forward. I think there was just some ultra torpedoes that took out something. Do now have a Athena cannon now deployed on out. Ultra torpedoes do connect. Got multiple multi-gunner turrets now pulling on field, but the expansion is destroyed. He can move on to the next location, but there are no next locations. You got now have the Athena cannons, multi-gunner turrets, multi-gunner IFVs, and the single tree right there. It's not a big enough defense force now, is it? That Athena cannon can start ripping this stuff apart from range. Let's get some good damage there, taking out the Athena cannon as well as the other Athena cannon. Cryo cannon now being pulled on out. This time the hammer tanks may get frozen. We do got, looks like a vacuum singularity. Looks like it rolls a big miss, however. And Desolate Airstrike will keep the area uninhabitable for a time being. Which does allow him to stall out. He does keep the Crusher Crane alive, still frozen, however. And that Ore Collector does receive some abuse. Takes 5 indicators to blow up an Ore Collector like that. Torpedoes are raining on in. He may want to get some ultra torpedoes. He does keep this Akula sub alive. He may just want to keep it back in order to just fire ultra torpedoes at range. Over here, we do have these multi-gunner IFVs facing forward, trying to clean up some of this infrastructure or civilian garrisons. And does find an angle there to take that one out. And there's a lot of multi-gunner turrets there. It does save that refinery from going down as well. And the cannon does fire a barrage there. We do now have these Vindicators pushing, make the sort of dancing around. And now I do have another vacuum singularity being pulled on out. And does grab a good chunk of them. Able to fire a good volley into the group, but sustaining more damage in return, honestly. Oh, he crushes his MCV. He is desperate for cash now, is he? These refineries are depleted. In this expansion here, it looks like it was being bugged out. Let's take another look at that. It's damaged. And its path is bugged. There are credits here, 4,000 credits, but here comes the Vindicators, and that will take out that prospect. Actually, no, it does up armor in time. So now he's even more wounded. But you got even a couple of Tesla troopers right here. Soviet players going to just go for all in for one last push. Let's get this prospector snared. Gets a bit damaged there. Let's take out that prospector now. You got the Athena cannon push way forward. Does get a shot. Trying to focus down more of the Athena cannons. Athena cannons, a lot of Athena cannons here, a lot of Mirage tanks. I think he has enough force here to stop the Soviets' assault. Though if he gets some snares there and perhaps get himself some free Athena cannons, that will change quite a bit. He's find that Athena cannon and get it not on Siphon Beam. There you go. This one right here. Trying to push it forward. Mirage tanks have been cleaned on up. There's a couple more Mirage tanks still here. And that one does get blown up by the Athena cannon. The Vindicator's now push way forward. Get some good bomb runs onto those hammer tanks. Hammer tanks are charging on forward. Got some twin blades here. There's a lot of stuff that can do a lot of damage to infrastructure. We start leeching down some of the stuff. He needs extra health on these hammer tanks. And there's some motor gunner IFVs, as well as an EMP missile. He directly there on those hammer tanks. Does snare the aircraft carrier, taking down all the aircraft. Bears pushing his forward. Not enough bullfrogs here to engage these Vindicators. Both Vindicators do go down, or bullfrogs go down. Does grab himself another weapon there. And the air jump does snare the MCV. He can try focusing it down. The Athena cannon is still up and going. It is elite. He's getting fully heroic to get some health regen. Trying to back on off from the region. Trying to leash down some of the stuff. Does give a good extra health there on the Athena cannon one. MCV is still just sitting there. It does go down. Oh, and there's another bomb run there. The Athena cannon one still alive, but severely damaged. That's not the Athena cannon one. I think the Athena cannon one did go down that barrage. I thought it was this one at first, but it is not, isn't it? Force started to push way forward. Vindicator's coming for another bomb run. Getting some great damage there. Does take out the airfield. Hammer takes charge on forward. Two of them, of course, fully heroic. The Bears are going on down. Does take out those multi-gunner IVs. These ore primaries, of course, are depleted. Down here, the Allied player still has expansion with income. He does have an aircraft carrier as well, so I think the Allied player will win. I think he held out long enough to deal with these hammer tanks. Up north, he still has a lot of infrastructure up here as well. Though these Vindicators are being burning up because they don't have an airfield and they have no ammo. And there's no MCV to get the new airfield quad on out. So right now it's all whether or not the repair drones of the war factory can get them repaired up. He may want to get a bit more over to help get some more repairs onto them. Over here do have the cool subplines, a direct hit there on the hydrofoil, so no more weapon jammer or anti-aircraft. Soviet player still has a chance to get win the game. So now there's another hydrofoil here. Fires a single torpedo there. It does take up the aircraft carrier now. Its income is down to minimal, but it's higher than Soviets. And now these Vindicators are burning on up. This refinery is also depleted. And there is an Allied MCV. That is something very important. But he's going to lose his Vindicators either way. Got some Javelin troops inside the garrison. I think these garrisons just be loaded with Javelin troops, maybe. Power getting will split him there because he's going to freeze his own power plants. Sells them both off there. They've got a cool sub. We've got multiple. Oh no, that's a bear. Got a cool sub on the field. Oh, surgical strike. Ham tanks have now been cleaned on up. There's still a good amount of infantry here. There is a crusher crane. No war factory. He's going throwing everything in the naval yard. He could try selling off a super reactor for a bit of extra credits. Green's also low in power now. A cool sub could just fire some ultra torpedoes in the general direction here. The bear does go down. They now have 2 cool subs. There are 1 hydrofoil I remember seeing. 2 hydrofoils over here. This expansion is important for the Allies player, because it's the only thing that provides him decent credits, and now he does sell it off. Up here, we do have the twin blades being spotted going on down by these hydrofoils. Both hydrofoils are now fully heroic. I don't think there's going to be any more aircraft for the rest of the time frame, so Caps can just keep their weapon jammer up and going. Goes down on power plant there. He's now down to a pathetically low income like the Soviet player. Soviet player now eyeing for a war factory. And he looks like he's going ahead and pack up what remaining infantry have into these riptides and make his way forward. He only has access to tier 1, not even heightened clearance at the moment. Maybe just storing up credits to figure out later on what he wants to purchase, because whatever he chooses, it's not going to be afforded anytime soon. There's a lot of infantry there, which is very important. Let's see now. Yeah, 0 credits. Of course, you will need an MCV in order to deploy your protocols, but it's not going to happen anytime soon.
Mine's ready.
That's what he's gotten so far. I'm so surprised he didn't go for mass production. I mean, that's like more income. His opponent has the Quantum Chasm ability as well as a Cryogeddon available and Surgical Strike. He has a lot of protocols, can do some severe damage. And he has vision in this area. There's the Cryogeddon there with a lot of infantry now firing away. And it's going to win the game, these protocols. Does get the war factor there, but does destroy all the power plants. War factor does go down, and that's probably going to be game now. Yep, and that is game. This is Adam Great saying, thank you for watching, and on to the next replay.